Hey YouTube, welcome to our channel, Red. Today we're gonna be reacting to It's Complicated, his new video, Lonely Man. The rules of modern dating and understanding women is complicated. If you guys wanna know where to find me, you also can follow me on Twitch at RedKey707 and follow me on TikTok at RedKey707. Let's get right into it. 16,000 likes. This guy right here.
Thank you all for 200K. If you want to support this channel, please consider making a donation or clip my videos and share it on all platforms. Don't forget to tag me.
They've been a catcher in the video tonight. That's a fact. He's lying, bro. There's a pin to capture it, but there's a reason why you ask them questions, bro. It's not like you just want to prove girls wrong and whatnot. Let's see what he says.
Is it easier for a man or a woman to acquire sex?
It is much easier for a woman to acquire sex.
Why?
See, she's telling the truth. She's not lying right here. It's like, bro, any guy, you could just matter like if you're handsome or whatever. If you don't got no money, you're not getting laid. If you a unattractive woman that's throwing her pussy out there, I promise you're getting laid. But let's see what she's
Why is
going to
that?
say.
Because we choose. We choose whether or not we have the option of whether or not we're gonna let a man have sex or not.
She
don't
knows.
think that's necessarily true.
Don't women typically consent to sex?
Consent goes both ways.
Right. Well, let me ask you this. What's the longest that a man's ever made you wait for sex?
You know, it's happened. I don't know.
But does that typically happen?
Maybe. No, it doesn't typically happen.
Okay, so isn't it fair to say that women generally
She's
control
nervous.
access to sex more than men
If
do?
a woman wants sex, she can get it. If a man wants sex, doesn't mean that he can necessarily get it.
Okay, so
Okay, see now she's trying to twist it, bro. She's trying to twist it. Seems like making it seem like guys can just go out there and have sex, which is not the case, and it doesn't happen. Okay.
is it safe to say that women typically control access to sex more than men do? Because it's easier for a woman to get sex than
See, the thing is, she's not answering, bro. The reason she's not answering. Okay, hold up. If a girl walks up and she wants to fuck a guy, would say yes. Other around the woman would say a big no. Exactly, bro. So the reason why she's not answering fast like this is because she knows. She knows. It is some women don't want to be held accountable. That's why she's always trying to use this light words. Oh, da 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 da. Nigga, I can walk out to downtown right now. If I walk up to a girl that says, "Yo, I want to have sex with you," she gonna slap me and walk away or look at me weird, bro. If a girl walk up to me right now and says she wanna have sex with me, bro, what's gonna happen? I probably grab her number, blah 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 blah, and link up later on, bro. But she always trying to. You see what I'm saying?
it is for a man?
I don't like the phrasing that you're boxing me into.
You see?
But I mean,
Look.
would you have a different
Cause it's not fitting her agenda, bro. It's not fitting her mindset.
way of explaining it? I mean, is that not generally true?
I think that
I mean, if it's easier for a woman to get sex and it's harder for a man to get sex, we can't conclude that women typically control access.
okay, it's easier for a girl. For
Finally,
sure. Yeah.
she's like, okay, I give up. You got me. You got me. You got me, bro. Let's all be honest, bro. It's not a bad thing. It's your body.
Yeah. Guys are thirsty.
Since it's harder for men, should women be surprised that guys have lower standards for sex than women?
Not really.
See, I think right here what they're talking about is body counts. Like body count do matter, bro. I'm not gonna, for me, I'm not gonna walk around and go sleep or go for a girl that has 50 bodies, bro. You feel me? A guy can have 50 bodies on them, because it's harder for guys to acquire bodies. It's hard. It's way harder than that.
Because I mean, they just want to get it in, right?
Yeah, real quick. I don't know.
Don't women have the privilege of being more picky because they have more options?
I mean, I
Yes.
guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't women have the privilege of being more picky because they have more options?
Yes.
Have you ever heard of an
See, the thing is, a 5 right now can get laid right now. If you're a 5 and you're a guy, you probably have a 10% chance of getting laid. But 5, if you're a female, you have a 50% chance of getting laid. For me, some niggas just be fucking anything.
incel?
No.
An incel?
Yes.
No, I haven't.
Have you ever heard of an incel?
No.
Okay, incel stands for involuntarily celibate, and it refers to a person who can't get any sex. Who is more likely to be involuntarily celibate, men or women?
Men.
Men. I think it's 1 in 3 men are not having sex right now.
See, I like her right here. I like her right here because she telling the truth and she knows what she's talking about. You feel me? She's not hiding behind a mask saying, you know, for me, trying to hide her judgment, but she knows what she's saying.
In today's society, if a man goes up to a woman and asks her for her number or Snapchat, he's looked at as like a creep and a pervert. But if a woman goes up,
Exactly. Hit the nail right on the coffin.
to a man, it's 100% okay, which is not okay to me.
Why are men shamed for not being able to get sex, but also shamed for trying to get sex?
That's a good question. I think it's the way they go about trying to get sex, because women want relationships. Well, I can't say all women, but
No, they don't.
a good amount of
Women want the security of a relationship. What comes behind it? The diamond ring, the financial freedom. I'm not gonna say all, but there are some women out there that would down there would like really fuck with you. I'm not gonna say all.
women want relationships, and when you meet the men that just want sex, it kind of tarnishes everything.
Is it fair to shame men for being incels when women are the ones who control access to sex?
I don't think you should shame anybody for anything.
Is it fair to shame men for being incels when women are the ones who control access to sex?
No, not at all.
Isn't that victim shaming?
Yes, 100%.
Isn't every man who's been rejected temporarily an incel?
Yes.
Is it fair to portray incels as lazy, immature losers because they don't conform to women's standards and selectivity?
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
Fucking incel.
If a man can't get sex, he might be made fun of and called names just for that. And then, well, also I think if a man does get a lot of sex, it might be like everyone praises him also for getting a lot of sex. So I don't really think that there's a whole lot of men out there that are getting shamed for having a lot of sex.
Is it fair to portray incels as lazy, immature losers because they don't conform to women's standards and selectivity?
Negative.
No.
Everybody is built different and has their own standards in life.
If a man does conform, does that make him a simp?
Negative.
No.
Why is it more acceptable to shame men for having low standards versus shaming women for having unrealistic high standards?
That is right. I'm speechless on that one.
Oh yeah, you kind of got me flabbergasted on that one.
Right, you're fluttered. Don't know what to say.
Damn. Survival of the fittest. Whoever.
I'm not gonna say that, but it's the reason why she looked behind her like some shit. I'm not gonna say why.
Whoever seems like they're about to get it in, gets it in, and they continue their genes and whatnot. But besides that, like, I don't know.
So would you say, based on that women ultimately control the evolution of society?
Yes.
Based on the men that they choose?
Yes, it's because it's like the mating rituals. Like they say yes or no in most breeds.
So
like
then
the
how are we
species.
living in a patriarchy where men have all the power?
Just because that's how society was set up when women were supposed to stay home and take care of the kids and the guys went out and did all that shit and we're supposed to rely on them.
What is the longest you've gone without having sex?
A year?
What is the longest by choice you've gone without having sex?
A year?
Probably like 18 years.
What is the longest by choice you've gone without having sex?
Probably like a month.
Who's more likely to lie about how long they've gone without sex, men or women?
Women.
Don't men lie about getting more and women lie about getting less?
No.
Yes, guys do lie. Guys do be lying on their dick. I'm not going front. Guys do be lying on their dick. You know what I mean? Which is fucking not a smart thing to do. I don't know why would you lie on your dick, bruh. If you're not getting played, be honest, bro. And don't be honest, you know, to get pity or somebody. Just be honest, bro. You'll be more respected. Y'all feel me? Easy, bruh.
Yeah.
Don't men lie about getting more and women lie about getting less?
Yes,
Why?
because we're seen as being tarnished for the more sex that we have.
Why are women who sleep around seen as sluts while men who sleep around are seen as studs?
Because men don't want to see that their woman that they have prospect to be interested in has been with every man.
Could it be because it's easier for a woman to be a slut?
Yes.
No,
Well, don't
Yes.
women control access to sex?
they do, but there are many male sluts. They're just being praised for being that way.
But isn't it harder for a man to be a male slut than it is for a woman to be a female slut?
Depends on the man.
Wouldn't you say that the high value men with lots of options are rare?
Yeah.
So then wouldn't you say that it's more likely for your average woman to be a female slut than your average man?
Yes.
Women sleep with who they want, men sleep with who they can.
Facts.
What's the difference between shaming a woman for being a slut and shaming a man for being an incel? In other words, why are women shamed for having too much sex while men are shamed for not getting any sex?
Well, women can't have sex without being attached in some way. It's just in our innate.
What do you mean they can't have sex?
Not that they can't have sex. They can't have sex without having some type of emotional attachment.
Why do you think men are more likely to be able to have sex without feelings than women?
Because you guys are made to procreate.
The name is involuntarily.
See, she knows what she's talking about, man. I mean, she did have some slight little comments, but she knows what she's talking about.
Celibate. So the man is not choosing.
Yeah, he doesn't have a choice for that one.
Oh,
but
yeah.
us females, we definitely have a choice to be a slut or not.
Well, because women control access to sex.
I control whether you take my clothes off or not.
We do.
Don't women have a choice to be a slut, but a man doesn't have a choice to be an incel?
Yeah.
So then why would it be worse to call a woman a slut than it is to call a man an incel?
I don't know why it would be worse.
But our society labels it as worse.
They label being an incel worse than being a slut?
Well, in other words, a lot of women resent being called a slut when they have
Correct.
a choice to be a slut, but it's okay for men to be called incels when men don't have a choice to be an incel because men don't control access to sex.
I think men don't have the choice on what they're doing, but nowadays with social media going the way it is, women have actually embraced slut. And that's the problem.
Do you think women today are more interested in relationships or hookups?
I think hookups. Hookups.
You know, I would say more hookups today.
Why?
Because they have all these rappers, you know, influencing them, like trying to, basically they're trying to play the role as men, you know, they're trying to play us out of our money, and it's bullshit.
Me personally, I'm more interested in relationships. Women nowadays, I think, are more worried about their careers and hookups.
So if women are more interested in hookups, how can a man let a woman know he just wants to hook up without making her feel like a slut?
There isn't a way, no matter what.
So aren't we kind of damned if we do, damned if we don't?
Yes, you are.
Would you rather have the best sex you've ever had or the best food you've ever eaten?
Best food you ever eaten.
Yeah, food for sure.
Best food I've ever eaten.
I'm a foodie. I like
Would you rather eat all the junk food you want without gaining weight or have unlimited sex without being slut-shamed?
Unlimited sex without being slut shamed.
Who are the bigger slut-shamers, men or women?
Women?
Why are there men who shame women for being sluts when men also complain about how hard it is to get laid? Are those the same men?
No. I think the men that are calling women sluts are looking for a woman that aren't sluts.
If a woman's body count doesn't matter, why is it typically the first thing women bring up to shame another woman they are jealous of? In other words, why would a woman ever slut shame another woman?
Because they know deep down body count does matter.
Is the main reason women don't want to be easy is because they don't want to be shamed? Or could it be that they don't want to relinquish their sexual power over men?
I don't think either one of those. I think the reason why women don't want to be easy is because we don't want to have a body count, because we want to find somebody that wants us for who we are, and the guys that we're looking for don't want a woman with high body count.
Why is it okay for women to feel entitled to be protected and provided for, but it's wrong for men to feel entitled to sex and intimacy?
I think after being provided for so long, and once you're comfortable in the relationship, that men are going to expect for you to be intimate with them at a certain point.
Are women doing men a favor by giving them sex?
Yes.
Yeah, I guess.
for a moment.
If a woman rewards a man with sex, why is there still pressure on him to perform and satisfy her?
I feel like men can be selfish.
But girls will not come back if they're not like doing well. Yeah.
Well, why should a man have to earn the opportunity to please you sexually?
Because women get to decide everything in other species, so why not human species?
Okay, but then if that's true, then why do we complain about being in a male-dominated patriarchy where men control women?
Because it's the hunter and gatherer type of discussion, because we had to stay at home and wait for the men to come and hunt and bring that shit back to us for us to like cook and shit. So that's where it started.
Are there female incels?
I think so, maybe.
Would it be fair for society to shame a lonely old cat lady for being involuntarily celibate?
No.
How likely are men to have sex with a lonely woman out of pity?
I guess it depends on who you ask. I'd say pretty likely.
How likely are women to have sex with lonely men out of pity?
Oh, unlikely. They just want men that are rich and famous.
How likely are women to have sex with lonely men out of pity?
Not so likely.
Why is that?
Because a woman wants a man that looks strong and feels strong, and she feels like she's going to be protected, and that's what they look for. So if you look like you're the weak one cowering in the corner, she's probably not going to go up to you.
Men think that there are these issues. Like, if you were more confident, or if you just, like, put yourself out there more, you just, like, F it, whatever, just do it. I guarantee you, it doesn't matter what the woman's standards are. That's what they're attracted to.
Let me ask you this. So if you woke up tomorrow and you were a guy and you wanted to get laid like most guys do, how would you do it?
I'd go to a bar, find my pretty girl sitting at the bar, sit down, and I'd ask them if I could buy them a drink. Literally. That's all you have to do. Make yourself there. Present yourself.
I'm not going to no damn bar to find love, bro. I go to a bar if I need to knock something down. If I need to knock something down, then I'll probably go to a bar. But to find love, hell no. Niggas tripping.
I understand that, but if that was true, why would there be so many guys who complain about being stuck in the friend zone?
Because they're too busy trying to be the nice guy. They're not actually presenting themselves that they want this. They're looking like the friend, so we see them as a friend.
Do you prefer a man who is a gentleman or a bad boy?
I like a gentleman.
Is it fair to say women lust after bad boys that want to settle down with nice guys?
Yes.
How do bad boys treat women?
Like shit.
What's the difference between a man who spoils his woman and a man who's whipped?
What's the difference between a man that spoils his woman and a man that's whipped?
His level of consent and his part in happiness in doing whatever he's doing for his woman. If he's not happy doing it, if he's resenting her,
it depends on the authority that he puts down. Like, there can be a man that spoils his woman in a certain way. He takes her to dinner, he takes her out, he takes her on vacation. And then there's the men that literally bow down hand and foot for their women, that their women are running all over them.
If a woman expects to be spoiled, doesn't that mean she expects her man to be whipped?
No.
Do men shame each other for being whipped the same way women slut shame each other for being easy?
Yes. I don't know about that. I do know that men will shame their friends for being whipped, and I think that's a problem with the patriarchy.
Does every incel hate women?
No.
Does every feminist hate men?
Yes.
Probably yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Does every incel hate women?
I don't believe every incel hates women. I think that they might be shyer than most men. I think more alpha males end up getting more sex than more beta males do.
Does every feminist hate men?
Yes. I'm not a feminist. I am more of a traditional woman, so I really can't speak on the feminist woman because I don't agree with most of them.
What is the patriarchy?
Patriarchy is. You're gonna make me describe this.
How do you define it?
Well, the old white men who have deemed what is acceptable for men and women, the roles of men and women, social norms, the leads. It's all back to old white men deciding for everybody.
Shout out to Sneeko. All right, y'all. So that was it for that reaction to Lonely Men. Rules of modern dating and understanding women is complicated. It's commentary channel. But anyways, if you guys were know where to find me, what up? You guys can find me on TikTok at Reiki707 and Twitch at Reiki707.